Hi guys, I'm Vlog here and welcome to another FIFA 21 player review, and today guys I'm going to be reviewing the 86 rated first in form Thiago Silva. I am very glad now that I decided to do his one to watch SBC during the one to watch promo from about a month ago now. There was actually one of the game week, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where he kept a clean sheet against Man United, where there was also talk of him of potentially getting into Team of the Week. He never did. I was gutted. He comes with a goal against Sheffield United and that's got in the Team of the Week, which is fantastic. Chelsea's been good to being able to, keep clean sheets for the most part lately, and they do seem to be certainly going quite a bit of a good run. So the people that did this Thiago Silva SBC were now reaping the benefits of that, which is fantastic. But yeah, on the whole, I've actually played 145 games with this card. 3 games put as the new upgraded 86 version, and on the 145 games in total, 2 goals scored and 2 assists. He does also have 2-star skills and 3-star weak foot. Some of his main top in-game stats are the likes of his 88 defensive ones, his 87 stand tackle, his 91 jumping, and also his 89 interceptions. And it did also have the power header and leadership traits, or he has those particular traits applied to him, and I did apply the should have cam style onto this card. So compared to his base card and his inform, he's been given 1 overall pace, which is pretty interesting. And I should mention, before we talk about the pros of this card, I'm not going to put pace down as a major issue to him, because I simply don't think it actually is, having used it now for effectively 150 games. Of course, there are situations where, if he maybe he's come up against like a Cristiano Ronaldo or a Kylian Mbappe or a Neymar, and there are going to be times where he will get outpaced. It's as simple as that. But you can try to limit that as much as possible, and by having the shutter cam style applied to him, which makes his pace relatively acceptable. What the shutter cam style does to this 86 rated card is that it takes his sprint speed to 72 and his acceleration, I believe, to 68 as well, which isn't actually too bad. He's not the slowest centre back I've used in the game, but at the same time, he's very much far from the quickest centre back I've used. I mean, the quickest centre back that I've used is thankfully partnered alongside Thiago Silva in Carlos Alberto, who's absolutely rapid for a centre back in this game. So maybe for the fact that I think I would encourage people that if you're going to have Silva, have someone really pacey alongside. I obviously understand that everyone can just go out and buy a Carlos Alberto. I 100% get that, but at least try and get someone, even like a Nathan Ake. I mean, Nathan Ake actually is pretty quick in this game, in my opinion, from having used him. I'm trying to think of a quick pacey centre back off the top of my head. Joe Gomez, if you can get your hands on him, I think that could perform like a good combination. You got Silva as like the more kind of better defense player, and then Gomez with all like the pace and stuff like that for a centre back. But I honestly don't think his pace is a massive issue to this card. Obviously, it's not ideal, but you can work around it, and you can work around it with the fact that this guy, when it comes to making defense plays, is solid as hell. He's absolutely fantastic, and the Shutter Chem style makes his defensive stats absolutely superb. His interceptions go to 99, as does his slide tackling. His stand tackle goes to 97. His defensive one is up to 93, which is fantastic. So his defense stats all round, and his defense play in general, being able to make last-ditch tackles, blocks, and stuff like that as well to prevent, almost certain goals. He really, really does put his body on the line. He's absolutely superb. I mean, even the 85 card, comparing between the two cards, the base and the inform, there's no real difference between them at all, if I'm totally honest. I think for me to really see a difference between the two cards, he needs to really be like an 88 or 89 rated, and that's just a simple fact of things. I can say that right now, having used his 85 card now for over 140 games, which, by the way, I still think is a decent solid card. Obviously, it's very nice to have the upgrade, and it obviously looks cooler and stuff like that, but on the whole, there isn't really too much difference between the two of them. I still think, obviously, if you get the 86, I'd just continue to use them, whether you get like your FUT champion rewards, or you pack them as an untradeable team of the week player or whatever. I wouldn't sit there and just go and buy the 85 cards or whatever, but yeah, I mean, like, it is tackling on the whole solid, couldn't fault it. And then also his passing, again, I thought was really solid at the same time. He's got some decent passing stats: 72 vision, 82 short passing, and 82 long passing. They're good passing stats for a centre back. Having 2 passing stats there in the low 80s, and also decent vision as well, is actually really, really impressive for Thiago Silva. So again, that was another part where he can get the ball out of danger, he can make those quick passes, he can find those passes towards midfielders, towards the wingers and stuff like that as well. So his range of passing as a centre back, couldn't fault it at all. Really, really decent. His physicality, not the best, not the worst at the same time. No major issue. He's certainly not weak, but at the same time, when you think of Thiago Silva, I think EA do him a little bit of a I think Thiago Silva is a lot more stronger when I've ever watched him for Chelsea and for PSG than the stats that he's given in FIFA. He doesn't feel like amazingly strong. He's also not like unbelievably weak at the same time. It's just average, basically, his physicality on the whole. But I think EA should really look at that and really try and give him some better physicality, in my personal opinion. So I think he's a lot stronger than what the card makes him out to be quite honest. Or it should be given a few more stats, in my personal opinion. But on the whole, I think it's a decent card to have. Of course, if you've done the SBC, happy days for you guys. And I think he's having a great season. I honestly think we will see more upgrades to him as well over the coming months. And if he gets 1 or 2 more upgrades, an 88 rated Thiago Silva will genuinely be absolutely insane. But like the 86 card, even for this current state of the game, certainly isn't too bad at all. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.